Hey guys, hopefully the audio and everything else is good. I have not adjusted these settings probably since the last stream that I did, which I think it was probably 2.5 hours of me talking about My Hero Academia Season 6 on why it's the best season in My Hero. But no, this is a stream that I have been wanting to do for a while. Let me kind of fix myself a little bit, probably at least scoot my chair over a little bit. I at least want to be in the center, fix the arm. But no, this is a stream that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been just so busy and have not been able to kind of plan out this stream because I know, like, just we're already at the end of the year, guys, and the fall anime season is over. And it's crazy to think about how far we've come in the last year and just let alone 2 years and however long that I've been doing this because time has really flew by and it is just crazy to see everything that I've done, all that I've seen, all that I've witnessed, and all that I've experienced. Like, it's just insane. And this is the stream where I'm really going to look back and really indulge and really think about how much that I've seen this year and the amount of moments that we've made in the moments that I've made on this channel this year as well, with me just being in absolute awe and being absolutely stunned by what some of these shows have been able to do for shows like My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, the new show, and possibly the biggest show that I've seen this year being Classroom of the Elite. We've got Assassination Classroom, and then even the last two that just ended, which was JJK and Tokyo Revengers. By the time you guys are seeing this stream right now, I have already seen the JJK season finale. I actually recorded it 2 hours earlier before this stream started, and let's just say I got a lot to talk about that. I already filmed it and everything, and the video will be out tomorrow. So you guys won't be able to see my reaction yet, but you guys will at least be able to see it tomorrow. But my God, there is a lot that I just want to go over. This year was a very, very big year coming off of last year. At the very end of the year, Mob Psycho ended. Chainsaw Man finally started. We had the amazing start to My Hero Academia Season 6, and there was just so much more that was going to happen. We had Demon Slayer on the way. We had eventually JJK, which was eventually going to be on the way. We had so much more, and so many more shows that I've been wanting to check out too, that I've done multiple polls for, and still some of those shows that I will eventually still be getting into and everything. It's just whenever you guys really want them and just whenever stuff kind of lines up. And I also, in some point of the stream, I will be talking about the shows that I will be eventually doing come next year in 2024. Some of the shows that I really, really want to do, and I know that have been on a really, really good tear this year and that have made solid debuts. One of them being Hell's Paradise. And I've heard about the show a little bit. I think one of my friends reads the manga for it, and he absolutely loves it. Even one of my friends that hopefully I want to have some sort of collab or do some kind of content for just for one time with him. My friend, and you probably maybe heard of him, his name is Dakota. He is an up-and-coming voice actor, and he actually has some friends that are actually in the Hell's Paradise dub for the show, which is really, really cool, being able to have those connections and everything to just be able to just know these people that are in these shows and being able to see what kind of work that they do. It's really, really cool. But no, Hell's Paradise is definitely a show I cannot wait to get into. More than likely, it's at least, if I'm going to have to take a prediction, I'm thinking it's maybe going to be summer of next year when I might see the show. That may alter because maybe when season 2 comes out, probably either the fall or the winter, at least next year, because we do know that season 2 of Hell's Paradise is coming up. But that's really much at least for that. No, there's just a lot more shows that I really, really want to get into that I will eventually reveal. Let's see. Just give me 1 second to kind of change this up really quick. Just one moment really quick. All right, I'm back. There we go. Sorry, I had to fix a little setting. So, God, where do I honestly start? Because I'm going to be talking about, in this stream, I'm going to be talking about a lot of the shows that I've seen this year, the seasons, the moments, everything that I've experienced, and a lot of the stuff that I want to have my final kind of thoughts, that I've shared my final thoughts with, now that I've got everything together now, especially with Tokyo Revengers and JJK. I want to see where these shows go. Both of them. Both with season 4 of Tokyo Revengers and then season 3 of JJK. I want to see where these shows go because, my God, they left me on an interesting note. Both of the shows being for completely different reasons, and I will get to that eventually. We do know that just a couple months from now, probably 5 months from now, My Hero Academia will be returning. I do have a lot to say about that, probably what I'm looking forward to and everything else. Demon Slayer is actually going to be returning in the exact same month as My Hero Academia. I think probably a month, in the exact same season as My Hero Academia. I think it's going to be a month prior to when it's going to come out. We do know that Classroom of the Elite is starting, I think, about next week, or at least in the next couple days. I don't know. Because if most of you don't know, and I will say that right now, winter is going to consist of possibly solo leveling. If that does work out with my schedule and everything, that is a show that I've heard so much about. Have no idea really what to expect. I haven't seen any trailers or literally anything for it because I just want to go completely blind into the show because I'm very, very, very excited. I know it's made by the same studio that did Sword Art Online, so that makes me intrigued as well. I've seen a couple episodes of that, and I still would like to see that show eventually, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what solo leveling has to offer, and who knows, maybe it could be one of the big breaks for next year. And then also, obviously, I said Classroom of the Elite Season 3, I cannot wait for. And then I know how much you guys have been clamoring for me to get back with this show. And originally, it was going to return weeks prior. But I unfortunately got down with a sickness and everything that really delayed a lot of my plans that I really wanted to do. So I will say that along with both of those two shows and everything, I will finally be bringing back Assassination Classroom for its second season. What up, Martin? Hello in the chat. But yeah, that show will be returning. Cannot wait for it. I really expect a lot of that season when I get into it. Hopefully a lot of character moments that are going to be into there. And I do expect for that season to be, I wouldn't say very dark, but definitely be a lot more emotional. Because the first season was really much the building chemistry in the classroom, in the class with everybody else, building trust and relationships with. And now season 2, I want to see them go through missions. I want to see them do some hard kind of tasks and decisions that they will have to make. And I just want to see all of that. Like the very last arc of that season was probably my favorite content that I've seen in that show. It had me on the edge of my seat so much, and I just cannot wait to see what they have in store for season 2. And they've the people that have told me that with this show and its ending, the series finale is like one of its best series finales ever. So I really have to see if that really does live up to the hype, because I really, really want to see. But at least for just starting off, let's see. Let me switch it over here. It's been a minute since I've did a stream. I haven't done a stream, since probably March or April, but still, I like doing these on and off, especially for kind of like big things that I just really want to talk about that I don't have much time to talk about in a video that I have to edit and everything else. Like, for instance, I wanted to talk about and literally give my full thoughts on why My Hero Academia was, like, season 6 was the best season ever, like, in the entire show for story purpose and everything else that happened in there. It was perfect. So, switching over, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. First being, because I just got off of it, why not start off the best first, right? Why not? Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, the Hidden Inventory, and the Shibuya Incident Arc. Now that I have finally seen this, because I know, like, I'm going to say it once again, I know my video isn't out yet. It will be out tomorrow. But I've already seen the reaction 2 hours before the stream. Or I've already seen the episode 2 hours before the stream. And I really was in awe of the emotion and the aura where we're at now in the show and how this arc concluded. Because at the end, with Fate Gato basically releasing and opening Pandora's box, so to say, and releasing all these curses. Please give these Mappa animators a rest, man. Please, let alone before they got to do the Chainsaw Man movie and whenever the hell the next Vinland Saga movie's coming out, or not movie, the season's coming out. Just give these animators a rest. With this season, what they did was still, I've said, by far the best animation and by far the best content I've seen this year. It was insane to see the amount of consistency that they showed for however many episodes that they did that consisted of insane fights. And not even only with insane fights, there was also a mix of that and just a really good show of kind of cinematography and stills that were in there with some of the shots of Shibuya, like the shots where the city is in shambles. People, like, there's bodies everywhere, blood everywhere, like rubble everywhere. It was beautiful, but it was also really insane. It was insane to see all of that and see how this city looked before all this and to see how this city looks after it. But at least for just talking about the season finale, seeing Fate Gato unleashing all of these curses, not even only like obviously in Shibuya, but just in most places in all of Japan. And what most of the rest of the episode consisted of just being everyone really not knowing what the hell to do. Like, with everything that they were seeing with all the news coverage and everything, like, what could they have done? They had nowhere else to go. They didn't know who to go to. Like, they were just in a really, really tough predicament. And at that point, it was already too late. With that one family getting swallowed by a goddamn curse. Holy shit. And you guys will eventually see that when the video comes out. My God. But no, it's really insane to go from season 1, which I watched before going into season 2 because I wanted to make sure that I was mentally and physically prepared as much as I could be before this arc and before this season started, because I've heard all of the talk of this arc being how insane it was. As much as you can be prepared and everything, you will not be in that moment when shit starts going down. And I've said multiple times, because I have friends that have yet to see this arc yet, and I have some that have just started this arc. The number one word that I've said over and over and over again is that this arc is unpredictable. You will not know what the hell is going to happen at any point in this arc. You think some shit's going to go this way or that way? No. Completely look the other way. Just don't even think about it. Just watch what happens. So it's crazy to see, because it's one of the best shonen arcs I've ever seen. And it makes me want to go get the manga for it as well, to see the panels and see the gore and the blood and the destruction that is in that arc in those pages. I really, really want to see it. It just makes me want to start like collecting the JJK manga from there, and just for now, because this arc was the game changer. This is one of those arcs that really changes the course for a show, hopefully, and that I'm not expecting, obviously. I'm not expecting like end of the world type shit, literally almost every arc, or just craziness or whatever. I want to see everything that at least they showed in the hidden inventory, and everything, like all the little stuff, the tension building stuff that they showed in Shibuya Incident. I want to see all of that and a little bit more, story-wise, character-wise, like development, everything else, including with this art style, and the director as well, bring him back, all for season 3. I want to see all of this going forward. And once again, not saying that season 1 was bad, but my God, when you compare this season to the last, and who knows, imagine the Shibuya incident with the old animation style. Would it have been still good? It still would have been, probably. I mean, yeah, there were like some fixes that they needed to fix and everything with the composition and everything else that most of you guys probably have seen, but still, it's just the arc, man. I think it's the arc that no matter what would have just been beautiful to watch anyway. Whether it be the old animation style, new animation style, it probably maybe didn't matter. But with this animation style alone, it's very, very good. So much death every episode and pain. The first episode, we lost Mekamaru, and Mekamaru was the first one to go. And it wasn't even in that moment. It was the moment that we finally got to Shibuya. And shit started happening when Mahito and Fate Gato got there. And the rest of them got there. And when those barriers came down, it was over. Everyone was screwed. That city was screwed. So it's an incredible arc. It really, really is. And I can't wait to rewatch it over again, because I know probably maybe somebody's that I know that loves JJK, especially one of my main friends that hasn't seen anything of season 2. I'm hoping that I do get to see it with him, because not even only with him seeing how he reacts to it, but just really rewatching everything again, and not even probably being able to just read sub most of the time. Like, most of the time when the sub was on screen with JJK and the characters were reading dialogue, there was a lot of imagery in the background and everything. There was just a lot of stills of the city, stills of the people, like stills of everything that were just setting the scene for everything that just happened, everything that Sukuna just did, everything that the curses did, everything that literally just happened. And you're so focused on trying to read the sub and trying to make sense of what more is going on and maybe like just what else is going on. But the imagery just catches you. It catches you visually, because this is all that just happened. And there's so much destruction and death and just everything that just happened that you're so taken back by it. And you're so in awe of it, because you thought that you knew this was gonna be insane, but you had no idea. That was just basically it. But at least just talking for the season finale, I know you guys are gonna be very, very excited for when this reaction comes tomorrow, because I know I didn't put them in the freaking stills and everything, because it would have been probably a spoiler. But welcome back, Yuta. I have been waiting for this character to come back. I had a feeling that this character would maybe come back. If probably most of you seen, I think probably the last reaction, there was a moment when Kusakabe came in, and it was just a shot of the white shirt and the sword, and just a little part of my brain was like, Yuta? Like, just because people were showing up the hell out of nowhere, and I just was kind of hoping that that character would eventually show up, but obviously it wasn't Yuta in the moment. But finally being able to see Yuta back is really, really cool. And I'm very excited. But I'm also intrigued as well. Oh, and I'll get to that. Even though he came back and he saved that girl, my God, I thought that girl was done for. Because like I said, I was not expecting Yuta, at least in that moment, but eventually I was expecting him to come back. Yuta's going to have a very interesting next season, especially for what his role is, because now he has the role of executioner to Yuji Itadori. I really want to know how that goes, and I really am excited to see the confrontation and the conflict between Yuji and Yuta, because these will be this is once again the first time that these two characters will eventually come to pass and just everything else that they said at the end of the episode will also be happening. I guess Principal Yagi is sentenced to death because he incited Fate Gato and Gojo and all that shit to happen, and for the Shibuya incident to happen. So I guess he's sentenced to death. We don't know if he will die. This is all shit that they've just said that's going to be going into the next season. So they said that. They said that, was it Gojo? If anybody were to... Oh, what was it? Gojo was banished, I think, like banished or something from the Jujutsu Society or whatever, or expelled. I think that's what they said, expelled from the Jujutsu Society, and anybody that were to try to break the seal for him in the prison realm would act as a crime, or would be described as a crime. So I know he'll eventually come back because it's Gojo, but I'm really wondering how that is going to play out. Who will probably break the seal? Will he break the seal himself? Like, what is going to happen? There's only one way to find out, and that's to eventually get to it. Or if I just pick up the manga, which I'm not. No, I think they also said, like, oh, fake Gato, even though they said Gato, like, oh, his survival was confirmed, and now his death sentence is, like, renewed or some shit, so they still got to get him, and there's just so much that was happening in the final season, like in the final episode. It was a season finale that definitely I was not expecting, and I was really intrigued on what was going to happen, because at the end of that episode when Yuki came in, we didn't see any of like stoppage or anything. We didn't think that there was probably like sight of an end, like at all. So really wondering, out of the time that we had for 23 episodes and for this episode to finally happen, how was it going to end? Was it going to end on a cliffhanger? Like, was it going to do anything else? I was really excited, and probably between this and Tokyo Revengers ending, I definitely prefer this ending, because I will get into Tokyo Revengers eventually and my full thoughts of that. But at least with JJK, an absolute incredible season. An incredible season. An incredible season, an incredible arc, incredible character development, incredible and gorgeous animation. And yes, some of the shots and some of the episodes were unfinished, but you really have to think, with going back to Jogo and Sukino, where that episode was 30% finished, I think that they said 30% finished. Imagine if it was over 50% finished. At least if they had actual time and care for these animators to really work on this season. Holy shit. So, and even still, I might buy the Blu-ray for this season. I don't usually buy Blu-rays for animes, but I keep forgetting that with the Blu-rays, they don't offer the dimming and the ghosting. I keep forgetting that, because that's how they also want you guys to buy the Blu-ray, so you guys don't have to deal with that shit, and you could see the animation in its full, untapped, unfreaking dimmable glory. So that's another good reason to buy it too. So no, JJK, I could say so much about it. There's still so many questions that I still have too. What's going to be the future of Maki? What's like Megami, Nobara, like just a lot of characters and everything. And even at the end right here with this shot, just seeing like Yuji, probably at least right now, even though he knows that at least within himself, death's on his next, like death's at his door right now, at least in his mind. He knows that his time is limited. So at least for right now, what I'm at least thinking with that last shot is that Yuji, I think he's at least trying to do at least a good deed, and at least he's trying to correct, and what I'm saying, at least atone for what Sukuna did, and take out and carry out as many curses as he can that Fate Gato lashed out on the city and the rest of Japan. So I think that's what he's at least trying to do, even with the whole clap, the whole boogie woogie thing that he probably wish he could probably get out of there too. That's at least what I think he's trying to do. He's at least trying to atone and trying to, at least within himself, correct the mistakes that Sukuna, or not the mistakes, the event that Sukuna did, and what he did with the rest of Shibuya and shit, all the lives that he taken. Itadori now needs to power up more. Itadori needs a lot, and I really am excited to see where it goes with the character, because we saw at least how much within this season that Itadori, at least emotional-wise, and his mindset was just really broken down. And most of that was not even only from Sukuna, because he was the one doing shit, but from Mahito as well. We cannot forget Mahito. And I like, at least most people kind of maybe want to forget about Mahito a little bit, but like, I really can't say. I think Mahito was like a really, really shining star in this arc. because of just, we've already known his power and everything. We've already known what kind of curse he is and what kind of person he is, let alone. But I think this arc really showed how much he does not give a shit, and the amount of just remorse is just non-existent within that character. Because like he said, he loves to do shit for himself. He likes to do shit for himself. He does shit because it's fun, that pleases him, and there's just really no reason for it. Like, just none. He loves killing people. He loves the joy. He loves transfigurating people. He loves it. And the moment, even also with Nobara too, one of the most shocking moments in there too, the moment when he took freaking Nanami's life, no remorse at all on the character's face, and that's what the character is. That's who he is. So to be able to see Mahito eventually go out to Fate Gato, still kind of wasn't expecting it, but still at least a really, really cool character visually to look at, to see on screen his power and everything. I do give that character props. That's one of the reasons why I really like the character as well. He's definitely at least one of the best looking characters to watch on screen, and at least like one of the best looking curses to watch and powers and shit. And don't get me wrong, his domain expansion is, other than Sukuna, it's probably my favorite in the entire show. So, except like Gojo and Sukuna and shit. But no, at least running out of breath already just talking about JJK. But no, like I said, I could go on for hours about this season on how it's incredible. I know you guys probably all think about the same thing, like, oh, season's insane, and also you have no idea what you're in store for. This is only just the beginning and shit. So, like, because I'm here, I even heard from like one friend, like, this show not even only is the future, but definitely at least could go on for probably 6 or 7 more seasons, depending on the amount of chapters that they have. I think they have over 350 chapters or some shit. Like, there's a lot, and we're like at 115 or something. I don't know. So I have no idea. I know we're just so, and there's just so much more to go on with the show, and it's just incredible. Literally, my throat's already dry from just talking about JJK. But now, getting off JJK, and once again, I cannot wait for season 3. I had to take a prediction on when it would probably come out. At least 2025, at least. Give it to like probably winter or spring of 2025, and I'm good. Like, I'm pretty good from JJK. Give these animators a rest, and give this season and give this show, hopefully, Mappa, actual time and everything. Because they gave it was a 2-hour split between season 1 and season 2, because season 1 ended in 2021. So just give this show time and really care for these animators, because these are the guys that are making everything happen for you guys. So please. Moving on from JJK, it's once again another show that just finished up this past week. My video's already out for it. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. Tokyo Revengers. This one, even with my video the other day, and I've still got my thoughts a little bit more processed now on how I kind of truly feel about the season finale and everything, and then the season as a whole. Tokyo Revengers, this season alone was great. It really was. There was so much that was happening with all the characters and what they were dealing with, the motives for Tenshiku, let alone what Izuna was, like what Izuna was wanted to do, what Kazaki obviously wanted to do. There was a lot happening, and there was a lot on the line when Kazaki went back into the past and shit. So it was an insane roller coaster ride from all the way to the end, where finally we saw Kazaki versus Hanagaki, something we've been waiting literally freaking like years for. We've been waiting years for this moment to happen, and thanks, Truckun, you really saved us, because that's how Kazaki got taken out, was by an isekai truck. He got isekai. So, jeez. Yeah, that happened. Wasn't expecting it. Like, I could say exactly what I said. I was not expecting anything with that. Really quick, just at least, because before I get to talking more, here, I'm going to go get something more to drink so my throat doesn't die, because I don't know why my throat's getting really, really dry. But I'm going to be right back really quick, so just give me just probably a minute or two, and I'll be right back. All right, there we go. I'm back now. I didn't want to die before, like, only probably, the first hour into the stream. Because, granted, this stream might go probably, like, 2.5 hours. I don't really know how long. I do hear a lot of people say that Tokyo Rangers kind of failed. Or fall off so hard? It's kind of failed. So it's hard to know where I stand. Yeah, with the season finale, and if you probably maybe saw it and everything, especially what I'm about to get into now, I was very mixed on the season finale. I was very, very mixed on it because of the certain things that happened. Number one, obviously being Kazaki, most likely, unless for some reason he was bullshitting or whatever, him saying that he didn't come out and say that, oh, I'm not a time traveler, but he was alluding to it, basically being like, you thought I was a time traveler? Or you think I'm a time traveler? Like, basically that. And then Hanagaki being like, you aren't? ? And still, eventually after he got freaking isekai'd, he came out and was like, I just wanted to be like you. Like, that's what he was going to say in that moment. So, granted, we never got confirmed that he was a time traveler, so to say. But still, also, the moment where Hanagaki physically touched Kazaki. And one of the people in the comments who I was actually talking about earlier today, I will emphasize more of my thoughts now, that with him touching him and with him seeing the future visions of Kazaki proposing to Hina and shit, that was really the first time, at least you saw in the episode too, that Hanagaki was like, wait, what the hell just happened? Because immediately he saw them with touch. Now, one of the people in the comments was going back to a moment that happened back in episode 17 of season 1 when Hanagaki went to go see future Draken, who tried to get some info on the fight with Valhalla and what was going to happen. And at the end of the episode, there were shots and visuals of the future, like the fight in the past when Mikey was going to go kill Kazutora and shit. Was going to beat Kazutora down and beat him to death. In that moment, he was saying that, like, oh, this is part of Hanagaki's power. And in that moment right there, he didn't notice it, but at least it was apparent that he was able to, at least in that moment, he was able to do that. What I will say about that, because I saw the scene and everything, I don't know if that was his power. Like, or at least, like, I wouldn't say that, but I don't know if that was alluding to him having this power. You know, I think that was just the anime just showing, like, the viewer the future episodes that, or at least the scenes that was eventually going to happen in the future episodes. I think it was just that. Because, number one, he never had any type of physical touch with Draken at all. Because, obviously, he's on the other side of the glass. And two, Hanagaki never realized anything in that moment. He didn't... I don't think he had visions. Or, like, just nothing clicked in his head. Unless if I got to see the next episode to eventually see that, oh, the scene carried on with that. But, I don't think that was alluding to that. I really don't think so. I think that was just the anime just showing scenes just to show scenes and shit. So, for that moment to finally happen in the season finale with any other character, but just for the moment to happen, you can have it with any other character, but have it be with Kazaki in that moment, who for the entire season we've been alluding to the fact that he is a time traveler. That maybe, could Hanagaki be Kazaki's trigger to how he travels to the future and shit? Which, do I think this is the end of the Kazaki character? Yes, I do. Unless they swerve me or some other stuff. That also comes into the play where I just don't know where we're going to go in this show. Like, especially now that Kazaki is gone. I do know that there's more on the horizon. I do know that there's 2 more arcs left in this show. So, that's at least just where I'm kind of coming from, at least with that. That I don't like when shows do really, and with 2 things. One, where they set up something for the entire season. They make characters really think about it and have you invested with it and kind of really pursue you guys to be like, hey, this character could be like this. And the entire time. And eventually at the end, they're just like, what are you talking about? I'm not like this. So I get maybe, yeah, it's a theory debunked, so to say. But the other thing that I'm going into is the whole thing with Kakucho. Now, I said at the end of the episode that Kakucho should have been dead in that moment, and I say that for the fact of what we saw. Because what I saw, at least in terms of the animation, that him and Izuna were both laying down on the ground, both looking lifeless, both looking... Like, obviously, Izuna was going to die, but I guess Kakucho could have been unconscious due to loss, like blood loss, I guess, which I could get, but at the same time of how the scene was portrayed and everything, on literally back and forth, they cut to when they were kids, like laying in the snow and everything, then they cut to Izuna, dead, and then they cut to Kakucho, assumed dead. So, and I get that he was shot once. I completely get that he was shot in the shoulder. Still, he lost a lot of goddamn blood. So did Izuna. And Izuna, yes, I get. Izuna got shot in the heart, too. I think one of those bullets went through his heart, too. But still, we could have got more clarification, and we just probably could have got more, at least with Kakucho, at least showing some... like, kind of just anything, like, just, I don't know, with any of the other characters, just to at least assume that he's not dead in the moment. Because, don't get me wrong, like, with characters dying, yes, it's sad, and, like, when it's really impactful and everything, but you can't also take away from how they do certain scenes. And I'm talking about just any anime. When they do a scene like that where it was so poetic and how the scene was done and how they were supposed to both probably go out, with them both having each other from childhood and everything, growing up together and everything, looking out for each other, and them laying in the snow, and then cutting back to them looking dead and possibly dead with snow falling down on them once again. I think it was a very, very gorgeous scene. And in the moment, I just kind of felt like that scene was ruined with Kakacho somehow, some way being alive. So I can get him being alive now, and I'll maybe let it slide. I just think that that was maybe the animation's fault. I think that they could have done probably maybe something else. Like, I don't know. Just at least in the moment when you're thinking about it. When you have two people literally looking lifeless on the ground and realizing that, okay, you already know one of the other characters is dead, so you can kind of assume that the other character is dead. So in that moment, in the moment that I was in that episode, I was really thinking they both died. They both died, and I think it was a very beautiful way they went out. They went out together, for real. And to just see him back alive was just kind of like, what? Like, for real? Are you serious? And in my opinion, I thought that probably took away from the scene. So that's how I was kind of feeling in that moment in the season finale. That, along with Kazaki with the whole time traveling thing, the isekai truck freaking taking, literally being so out of play, just crazy, just crazy that happened. And just with the end in general, the end wouldn't say felt so abrupt, but between when you had season 2 and then when you had season 1, both of those season finales ending with the cliffhanger or just ending on something. Season 3, we really didn't kind of get anything. They didn't, like, no post-credit scene either. We really didn't get anything to kind of, like, allude to or really think about going into season, like, 4. So, I mean, damn well, we need to do better. I don't know. It just felt very, very weird on how I thought the season finale was going to go. And my prediction was that I didn't think that they were going to kill Kazaki in this episode. Once again, I was very, very surprised that they did. But I thought that we were going to finally get a reveal of how he does time travel and what his trigger is. I thought for a while that it was going to be Hanma. I could be shocked if it was anybody else, but we'll never know now. Unless they swerve me with something. I think somebody else the other day was telling me that, like, oh, imagine if Kazaki's trigger was, like, dying or something. And I'm like, no. I just, like, because still, and I've even said before, I want to know how Hanagaki is able to time travel in the first place. And I think someone said that they will eventually, like, allude into that or just, like, get into it, because I really want to know. There's so much that I want to know right now, especially with how that shit happened with his power. Is he getting a power awakening or something? I don't know. Just season 3 really... Wait, I'm just talking about the season finale. The season finale to season 3 was just left you really confused and just really wondering, really, that's it? Like, I was kind of maybe expecting a little something more. That's just, I'm not lying, just from how the last couple season finales have been and how shocking the first one was, with Kazaki literally having Hanagaki at gunpoint and killing Chifu and everything, and season 2 having an amazing season finale setting you up for the Tenjiku arc. That was exciting. Season 3 just didn't have anything. Season 3 eventually at the end didn't have anything. That's all I'll probably say for that. But no, at least with Tokyo Revengers season 3, wasn't expecting it to come out, and this isn't even only season 3. It's even season 2 as well, because they both came out this year. Tokyo Revengers, a show that I was definitely really excited to get into, and has so far been really enjoyable. It really, really has. The characters I'm very, very invested in. The story I'm invested in. I really am liking the show. And now with their last 2 arcs coming in here, I'm really hoping that they can continue with it. They can continue with the momentum and the just the goodwill to keep the show or her keep the story going good. Yes, I am still waiting to see how this show ends and see what my take is on it, because I know a lot of you guys are probably looking to see what my take is on it and what I truly think of the ending. I could really hate it, or I could possibly be one of the like little percentage that probably like it and enjoy it or whatever. Still, even with probably me, let's say if I don't like the ending, it won't make me like dislike the show and not be a fan of the show, like just from the ending. Like still, like I'm a fan of Soul Eater, and the ending of Soul Eater was very abrupt and not good. I'm still a fan of it, so that could probably be something like that. So Tokyo Revengers, I'm very, very excited to see what they have in store for season 4 and possibly season 5. They could either do one final season where it's 24 episodes in total for that, or they could do how they've done before and split it. So I don't know. I'm very, very excited for it, especially with Kazaki dead. Thank God that character needed to die. Even in that moment where Hanagaki had the gun, I was just like, pull the trigger, man. Just pull it. I really, really wanted you to. And then eventually, and I called it too when Hina and Mikey were going to show up. No, the season was just good. It was really, really good. And can't wait to continue on with the show for however many, or for however long that season 4 is going to take to get out. I could at least see it obviously coming out next year. More than likely, probably either maybe fall time, probably. Just see, like fall, winter, not sure. But hopefully if at least doesn't get delayed or anything. There's so much other stuff that I'm looking forward to. But if any of you guys want to know more about my thoughts, at least what my first reaction thoughts of after the season finale, definitely go check out the Tokyo Revengers season finale episode that is out on the channel. But at least moving on from JJK, moving on for Tokyo Revengers, we are now getting into one of the biggest shows that I've wanted to see for a while. Show that is eventually going to be coming back in the next couple days, and a show that has brought a lot of you guys here to the channel and is by far one of the biggest shows that I've done this year. It is Classroom of the Elite. This show. Woo, man. And before anything, I want to give a shout out to Martin for hooking me up on the Season 2 Blu-ray episodes. Thank you very, very much. It honestly probably helped my experience anyway with the with reacting to those episodes and everything. So thank you very, very much. And man, I hope that at least Season 3 doesn't have those mistakes either. Then again, I think they delayed it a season. Like it was going to come out in the fall, but it got delayed to the winter. I don't know why, but hopefully it was maybe due to animation, so they can really do good with this. But Classroom of the Elite, I had a lot of people telling me to check out the show, and I've been waiting to check out the show for a while. I had no idea what to expect, and at least from the first episode, meeting the Ayano character, I didn't think of much with him at first. I still kind of didn't really feel him out at first. Like, I didn't kind of know what kind of character he was going to be, or like how he was feeling, or how he was going to be eventually in the future of this show. Man, after the first confrontation with Manabu, and every little thing we got from episode, all the way to the very end of Season 1, where he was talking to Suzune and being like, all of you guys are tools. I don't see you guys any other way. And this is too easy. Seeing how this character is, and seeing how this character is, and just like what he not even what he loves to do, just knowing that he doesn't care about anybody else and he just sees them as tools is just great. That knowing the amount of manipulation and everything that he's just able to get, and the amount of trust that he's able to build is amazing. With literally almost everybody in his class, let alone with Suzune. Like, we already know he has K in his pocket. Eventually at the end of Season 2, we already know he has K in his pocket because K already freaking likes him anyway. But there is also a thing that they could tease, which, not gonna lie, I'm excited for. I don't know how that's eventually gonna play. Maybe there will be some other things that will probably add on to there, but it's the whole thing where Ayano was like, hey, even though I have this relationship, or I have this thing with Kay, knowing that I could trust her, will this relationship, or will this thing between me and her change how I feel? change how I look at everybody else. So I'm excited for that. And I think it gives, hopefully, if the story goes with that, it gives a lot for Kay to progress as with the character as well. She could probably be the one to really kind of dive deep into the mind of Ayano Koji, something that she's probably that she's been wanting to do and trying to do. But with a character like Ayano Koji, just not that easy. And let alone, he doesn't like when people try to pry into his past, knowing with what Chabashir was trying to do as well and what she was trying to do, like he was not having any of it, like, at all. Because Studio Lurke had a lot of schedules because the Blu-ray was supposed to come out 1 month after the last episode got released, but after so many complaints, it was delayed 2 more months. Oh, gotcha. At least still, like, because if you guys are wondering if I've seen the season 3 trailer, I have not. I have not seen anything on season 3 because it's already coming. It's already, like, in the next couple of days. So I, once again, at least with Solo Leveling and Classroom of the Elite, I both want to go blind into those shows. I don't want to see any certain scenes. I don't want to think of anything else that I think might happen in the show with any other characters, maybe moments that I might kind of piece together. I don't want to see anything like that. Because just I don't, and I like going into shows completely blind. I love it. Fix animation because there were so many fixes, I bet. And that at least shows that, I mean, a lot of studios probably do that, but I think that's good just to improve and shit, to make sure that the product is the best product that it can be. But no, I think at least for a lot of the characters in here, other than Ayano Koji, they're all pretty cool. Suzune is a really kind of good developing character. I still think she has a lot more to do, especially that she had a kind of a lot. I think really season 1 was her kind of her season. Season 2, she was really much kind of on the back burner to Kay, because Kay got all that kind of development alongside Ayano Koji. So Kay is a good developing character now, especially now that she is in student council with her brother. So I think that's really, really cool. I can't remember. I think it's Mayobi? It starts with an M or a Y. I can't remember. But the new student council president that's eventually going to be probably a force to be reckoned with in season 3 or 4, or however many seasons this is going to go on to. They were saying how much that, like, to look out for with that character. So see how he does. I think that most people were saying that he was trying to make the school a more kind of either a more disciplined school or a more academic school. Try to make the school the best it can be. Kind of forced to finish first year arc. Season 3 will finish first year arc. Mappa style. But no, there's just a lot that I am looking forward with Classroom of the Elite. It's definitely at least one of my top shows. I don't know if it is in my top 10. Then again, I've seen so many shows that I haven't updated my top 10. But no, it's really, really cool to see a character like Ayano Koji, somebody that has gone through probably so much in that White Room, so much in that organization, and just being able to see just like Yagami, man, once he starts breaking everything down, it's so great to see, because like anything, it's all part of his plan. It's all orchestrated. It's all planned out. So just to be able to see and get into the mind of Ayano Koji anytime that we're able to is a real joy. And it's one of the highlights that I absolutely love with the character. The stuff with him and Ryuen right here, man, was very, very good. Eventually at the end, to show how much that there was no fear whatsoever inside of Ayano Koji. Because everything that he went through in the White Room, all the discipline that he probably went through and everything, he's not scared. All that, like, fear is nowhere in him. That emotion does not exist at all in that body, in that soul of Ayano Koji. And everything, all the violence that he was taking out on Ryuen, shit, my God, that episode, not even only Ryuen, but he was kicking everybody's ass, which we've known, even with Manabu just a tiny bit. Do not mess with Ayano Koji. Just do not. And hopefully, maybe the other kids will stress that to, or they'll even just tell that to the rest of the other kids. Like, hey, this kid, he may look like, I don't know, just a normal kid or whatever. Don't mess with him, though. Don't underestimate Ayano Koji. As much as I probably didn't want to talk about this character, god damn, I literally forgot about her. I literally forgot her name. I forgot about her name because I didn't want to freaking talk about her and shit. God, what's her name? Literally freaking, oh my god, where is she at? Come on, Kushida. I literally forgot her name for like 2 seconds. Nagumo. Okay, Nagumo. That was his name. But at least first, Kushida. Kushida was a very interesting character from the very first couple episodes that we've seen her. That third episode in season 1, oh yeah, we knew we were in for something. Especially with this character over and over and over again, just teasing me over and over every time she would get on screen with Ayano Koji, just trying to say anything, and then she would just, oh, goodbye, and just leave. I'm like, just say what you want to say. Just get it out. Why you gotta fucking stretch this shit anymore? Just say it. But we finally saw what she was about, and the whole backstory with her character, I could see probably going with like any other character probably that you could do in any other probably anime, where she, at least back then in her mind, was the center. She loved being the star. She loved being the center of attention, and she loved every single second of it. But she knew that in her own world that there were more people other than her. So other people were going to get shine as well, and she knew that there were going to be other people better than her. And she did not take light to that. So what she did, she put on a persona and tried to be friends with everybody else. Tried to do a lot of stuff that probably people didn't mind doing, and also stuff that nobody else probably wanted to do, depending on what kind of stuff she was doing for them, probably no matter how much she didn't want to. And with that, with the amount of times that she's done stuff, you're also going to have that other side of shit where she just wants to blow up and vent. And that's what she did online, on the internet. And that backfired because they found out about it, and everybody turned on her. And you know what she did? She turned on everybody else, exposing everyone else's secrets and turning her class against each other and being the sole reason for that. So in that moment, I was like, yeah, Kushida, at least in turn for being one of those people to have that personality on her side, that personality of like getting trust from everybody else. And when you would try to go against this character, she would have she would have allies. She would have people to back her up and shit. And the numbers game would just be kind of against you and shit. But no, I think that her versus Ayano Koji, which may probably happen a little bit, or it may happen a little bit in the next season. It may be a focal point in the next season, because there is also another focal point that is probably going to take over the entire season next, and that is with Nagasaki, which even we saw at the end. She'll probably be, I do see her as the next like antagonist going up against Ayano Koji. I also do think for a slight chance she might try to team up with them, but I don't know how she is with her dad, because her dad was the one that wrote in the recommendation for Ayano Koji to be in the school. I don't know that whole situation yet until we get some more clarification and dialogue with that when the new season comes out in a couple days. But at least we're going back with Kazaki and shit. Wait, what did I say? Saki and Nagi. Did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Nagas? I don't know. I'm mixing up names and shit. Orisu. Yeah. I can't wait to see the dynamic that is going to happen between Orisu and Ayano Koji, because she is definitely a character we have not seen. They have not touched upon. I mean, she's been present a lot in some of the scenes and everything, but finally, season 3 is going to be her season, because eventually I was waiting to see more of Ryuen, and we finally got a lot, and it was basically his season in season 2. So now I'm waiting to see how Arisu is going to do things and how she kind of runs Class A and everything. So I'm very excited for that. With Ayano versus Kushida, obviously, if I were to ever see Kushida at least somewhat get the upper hand, if I do ever see that against Ayano, the only reason for that is because Ayano lets her. If any point that Kushida feels like she has something in the bag, that's either because he wants her to, or she's just leading her in. That's really it. Or it's like he's leading her in. That's really it. So there's a lot that season 3 is hopefully going to touch upon. I'm hoping that it's not packed and everything, like kind of like too like jumbled up and all over the place a little bit. You guys are probably thinking that like, no, season 3 is great, and like the arcs, 2 arcs, however many arcs in the season it's going to be, everything that's great. Excited to see more of the kind of tests that are going to be in there as well. We got a couple of the tests back in season 2 that really had a lot of good moments with characters as well, especially with Kay with the first test. But Ayano going to start caring because he has chairman and don't need to reach Class A. Yeah. No, Ayano good. Even from the moment where he found out everything and noticed that the chairman was the one that put in the recommendation, he doesn't have to do shit. He told Shabashira that too. Literally, it's like, hey, like, you can't hold me forever. Or not even hold me forever. Like, you can't, like, control me, technically. You can't force me to do any of the stuff that you want me to do anymore. So I'm out. That's literally, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to chill. No. Classroom of the Elite. Season 3 coming in a couple days. Cannot wait. Hopefully you guys are all excited for that. And just at least kind of can't probably do any predictions, at least for right now, on any other certain characters. Kay, she could be the one to try to get Ayano to care, like, and probably maybe change his morale and shit. At the end of the day, she's still kind of a character, let alone. But no, there's just a lot to really focus on with that. So I just cannot wait. Classroom of the Elite has been one hell of a show. And once again, I thank all of you that have joined from Classroom of the Elite and have found my reactions for Classroom of the Elite to be sticking on the channel for Season 3 and for everything else that I have on the channel. You will learn more about Class B in Ichinose. That was another one. So even still, I'd like to probably learn more about it if they touch upon it, maybe more in Season 4. Or just, I don't want the season to kind of be too much like jumbled up with stuff. I want it to have good pace, spread out stuff, not kind of overshadow certain things that maybe we should be touching upon. So I'm excited for everything. I'm excited for everything that we're about to get. So I just cannot wait for Classroom of the Elite. That's eventually coming in the next couple of days. But at least moving on from Classroom of the Elite, another show, once again, that I've said that is going to be coming back. That is Assassination Classroom. That show, man, that final arc, which I do say, and I've already said before, that with everything else beforehand, I don't say that it's bad whatsoever. I don't say it's bad. I only talk about the final arc and everything is because that's everything that they've been learning, everything that they've been training for and everything. That was their very first actual mission with an actual threat. It wasn't like a freaking test or anything. It was an actual legit mission where, God, what's his freaking name? God, what's his fucking name? God, it's been so long. And try here. I think even Takaoka. There we go. I didn't even have to look anything up. I remembered. It was Takaoka. With Takaoka, same studio as Classmate. Oh, you know, I can see that. I didn't even think about that, but thank you, Martin. With Takaoka poisoning the like half of the other students and everything, and with some of the other students actually going up with Karasuma and everything. into the building and everything. It was really tension building. It was really, really fun to see all these things happening, see all these kind of cool character moments happen. Karasuma hit a big ass kick on this one dude. My God. There were a lot of other good moments with the girls as well. This girl did like a front flip kick to the face from this one dude. I don't even know. And I still have it on one of the shorts too, which we'll view probably a little bit later. But my God, there was just so much that was happening in there, especially right here with this dude. My favorite character in this whole show being Karma, and the moment that he got with that one dude was just really, really cool to see the amount Karma has gone through in the show and know that he isn't a perfect character, which I think, I mean, it's good, because how are you going to build anything when a character thinks that he's perfect? There's always something you could do with characters. There's always something that you can learn and build. So to see him take the math test that he had a low score against, just to see everything that he went up against to build on of was great. I absolutely loved it. It was one of probably my favorite moments of kind of maybe the whole arc or even the whole season nonetheless. There was just a lot of good moments, and especially Nagisa. Nagisa, I've said over and over that the character, I have a lot looking forward to with him. I do think that still, my prediction is that I think it's going to be one of those things where Koro Sensei is going to let Nagisa kill him eventually in the end. That's where the show's going to end off. I have not seen anything with the ending. I don't want to know what the ending is. So that's where I kind of see the ending happening. But at least with a character like Koro Sensei, he's just so much fun on screen and just with the kids in general. Like, there's still so much mystery, and that obviously will hopefully get a lot more with his backstory in the next season when I eventually start it. That even just first, whether it was his wife that told him to care for these students and do their best and everything, because I know it's been a minute since I've seen the first season. You could just see the amount of care that he shows with the students, and like all of them, let alone even with the AI as well, which I think it's Ritsu as well. You could just see that, like, how much he cares about all the students, how much that he wants them to do their absolute best and wants to get them to where he thinks that they should be. Especially even Karma, and just maybe let alone his brother. But his brother's a different story. But no, I'm very, very excited for Season 2. I don't know anything that's going to be happening in there. I do know one thing, that there are going to be more kind of like tests / missions that they might have to go on, whether they'll be serious or maybe like tests or anything. I'm just very excited to see these characters grow more, and for hopefully this season to get more emotional, to get more serious. That is really what I am excited for. So that's, I could say probably a little bit more about Classroom of the Elite, a show that literally I've been probably wanting to react to for around 3 years. I've been wanting this show, like I've been wanting to react to this show for a long, long time, and it's finally there, or it's finally here. But no, it's a great show, and just cannot wait to see how it ends and how Season 2 does. But just to at least finish up, I have 2 more animes left, and then I will be going into a little kind of thing that I'm going to be doing to wrap up, looking at some best moments shorts that I've done. This one is going to be a little interesting, because even still, the next season is about to be coming up in the next couple months, and I don't know if I fully said my thoughts about it. Demon Slayer. Yeah. I don't say that it's a bad season. I don't. I don't at all. But I do say, compared to the last season, it was a little bit disappointing on everything else that kind of happened. And let alone with the demons as well. The demons, I felt that were just so lackluster, man. To Gyutaro. Gyutaro being, what, the lower 6th with him and Daki? I mean, Daki was cool for the first couple episodes, but when Gyutaro showed up on screen, he was just a badass. He was an intimidating badass when literally he's looking at he's looking at him on the ground, saying to him, "Hey, you're a failure to your sister. She protects you more than you protect her." He is scolding him, even while he breaks his damn finger and shit, and still while he's kicking his ass. Like, I love his character, and I love him in that moment because he was just such a badass right under Akaza when Akaza was going up against Rengoku in the movie and shit. Like, he was a real badass. What do you have to say about these two demons? Okay, one ran away for literally half of the fucking season, and one just talked shit. That was it. And then he got finished. That was it. So, that was really much it, at least for, in terms of the antagonists that they had to go up against. I definitely think that they were just really lower ranked and possibly, like, I don't know if I'd say the worst out of any of the other seasons, but just expecting these two to be higher than Gyutaro? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. But the moments and everything with all these guys together was really good. It was really, really good. Tanjiro had possibly won, at least from what he had in Season 2, but having the Sun Halo Dragon Head move against the rest of them was gorgeous. It was beautiful. At this moment right here, it was by far the best animated shot in the whole season. And it was just amazing to see. And speaking of amazing to see with characters like the rest of them, they had so much to kind of offer. Like even their backstories too. Even just it was great. It really, really was. And just even like really quick, so I wonder if I can find it. Wondering where the heck it is. There we go. Well, at least these are at least moving this. Let's see. Wonder if I could search it up really quick. Where'd they go? Sorry that I'm at least trying to find something real quick. At least just wanted to find, because I literally just had it on screen for a little bit. Now it just like disappeared real quick. Okay. There we go. Ugh. Sorry about that. But like even who do I start up with? With Mitsuri, let's say. Like with Mitsuri. Her backstory was really, I could say, relatable, and I've said that from when it happened. It was very, very relatable to any probably girl that felt about herself that she had to change for somebody and had to be something that she entirely was not, and that she probably didn't feel comfortable with being. And then with Mitsuri realizing that she'll find somebody that loves her for who she is, and whether it be as a friend or as like a relationship or like a future partner or whatever. She doesn't have to change. She doesn't have to be like, she doesn't have to feel uncomfortable with how she's trying to portray herself for whoever that's trying to do her as, like, or trying to have her as. So it was really cool to at least see that like Mitsuri like loved eating, like she was naturally strong and everything else. Like, it was just cool seeing a character like that. She's at least probably maybe women's characters in that show. I think she's under her and Nezuko could probably maybe go back and forth. I don't know who I kind of maybe favorite. I maybe favorite Mitsuri. I don't really know. But Mitsuri's power was cool. Her freaking sword was not expecting it to kind of be almost like a whip. I wouldn't say almost like a whip, but like a one of those things that I can't really think of right now. But just it was so cool to see her character in general. Her character, her her love breathing and everything. It was just really, really cool to see. I know I'm trying to really like drawing blanks because it's been so long since I've seen the season. It's been months. But no, Mitsuri finally coming in against that one demon and just let alone taking him down and shit. That was cool to see. And with Genya, man, I think because both of their, because it was Genya. both Genya and what's his name? Literally, what's his name? I literally had it. The Mish Hashiro's name. Shit, I literally just had it in my head. Muichiro, goddammit. Both of their backstories were almost the same because both of their mothers got taken, or like I would say got taken out. Both of their mothers got turned into demons and shit. I think that's how, because with Genya, because I had to remember, it was so sad because I remember it clearly that this certain episode came out on Mother's Day. And Genya's backstory was when his mother went out to go get something, and it was like him, his brother, and I think there are 3 other siblings. They're all in there, and they're waiting for their mom to come back, and then the kids think that their mom is there. All of a sudden, glass in the door breaks open, killing them on the spot, and it was so insane that I had the feeling that, yeah, that's their mom as the demon and shit. And his brother kills his own mom as a demon and shit. I'm like, man, what a great Mother's Day present that was, right? This episode just had to fall on Mother's Day for her own kid killing her when she's a demon. So that was a little bit eerie. Muichiro, no, I can't remember. No, I don't. I'm thinking with like Muichiro, I can't remember if it was his mom. I know his brother died. I know how the shit happened. The demon came into their home and everything and killed his brother and shit. There was a lot that was at least happening with that. Both of their backstories, man, were just so sad. Like, you could just think about it both back and forth, but goddamn, their backstories were so goddamn sad. And just to at least, because the only other thing really worth talking about this season is literally the end. The finale to finally see that Nezuko was the first one to kind of not outwit, but to defy the sun really much. She is alive. So that is also something, she has the power for that. And that's something that, Lord, goddamn, what the fuck's his name? I'm literally saying this because it's just been so freaking Muzan shit. That's something that Muzan has been trying to find for years, trying to find this certain power, and it just happens that when Nezuko, this power resides inside of her. So the only way in order for him to get this power is for him to kill Nezuko. So that is the one. I mean, probably both of them are on his hit list, but you know, I mean, originally it was Tanjiro, but now he has to go after Nezuko now. So they're probably both. But to see that whole scene, it's definitely one of the best looking scenes that I've seen this year. Emotionally, visually, it was, and even the score was beautiful too. It was a very, very beautiful scene. And in that moment, I really thought that they were going to kill her off. I was very, very surprised. I was really on the edge of my seat being, really, this is what's happening? And then they started playing the flashbacks and everything else. I'm like, yep, this character's going. And I was not expecting it whatsoever. And because I really kind of thought that, man, it kind of feels a little bit early. I know that at least we'll probably maybe have 2 more seasons left. I don't know how many arcs are left in Demon Slayer. I think there's 3. If I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, but I think there's 3. But just to see everything with her finally talking without the muzzle in her mouth, it was crazy. It was crazy to just see that, and it was such a breath of fresh air to finally hear this this actress finally deliver some lines with Nezuko. You know, like the entire time with Nezuko's actress ever since the first freaking episode, it's like, hey, you're just gonna be making noises for this character, which she does a good job no matter what. I'm not saying that she's bad or anything, but like, I'm just saying that finally she probably is able to give some dialogue finally with this character going forward. So at least that's good. But expectations for season 4, I can't really say anything on it. I really kind of can't. I know that we're probably maybe, going to get into Doma. I think that's what his name is. Doma, who is I think we're going to get into Doma. I think so. I think he's probably the next one up because, I mean, unless they're going to do more with Akaza, then maybe because, I mean, I don't know. So we got a lot more left to go. So I'm very, very excited. Demon Slayer, still, season 2 is without a doubt my favorite season, with my favorite fight of all time still kind of going. Like, I'm not kind of going back and forth anymore with the fights or anymore. But no, Gyutaro and Tengen, that was a gorgeous fight with a really, really good episode. The best episode in the whole damn series, that episode. It was great. And if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on the channel, and it's amazing. And even being in the theater for Akaza and Rengoku, it was magical that night. It really, really was. It was something that no one was expecting. No one anticipated anything like that. And probably some of them were the manga readers as well, but they just had no idea any of that was going to happen. That Akaza was going to show up. And we thought everything that happened with Mugen Train, oh, that was all over, and we get to go home happy and shit. Nope, we're going to get a big-ass anime fight, and someone is going to die. And still, with his death being, I think, the only person that has really died in this show, if I'm not mistaken, his death to the other Hashiros means a lot. It's a character that had went out, I wouldn't say in a blaze of glory, but just for what he stood for and what the Hashira should like stand for, just giving it their all for the ones that they love, the ones for their fellow Hashiras and shit. Like, he went out a badass. He went out doing what he loved, and that sweet moment with his mom in the end. Mugen Train's one of the best movies I've ever seen, for real, and that's one of the reasons why it is still #1 all-time gross, like, in Japan. It's incredible. And I'm still hoping that maybe Demon Slayer will maybe do another movie again, because I'm just saying, Chainsaw Man has a movie coming out next year. I don't think, obviously, My Hero is going to beat it out, but, I mean, depending on what the movie does. But we got Chainsaw Man coming out with another movie next year. That could be another one, and then possibly if JJK decides to do another movie or something, or do an arc into a movie, that could be a possibility, but I'm just saying, Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, those two specifically, because I know there's other ones, but at least those two to name off, those are really going to be the two biggest and talkative animes that are literally going to be carrying for the next possibly, almost close to 4 or 5 years. Those two animes in general are going to be carrying probably half the next decade. It's insane, and it's exciting to see with both of these stories because of how I feel about both of them. I love Chainsaw Man. I've seen the first season however many times I've seen it, probably like 4 or 5 times that I've seen the first season, and it's really good. It's really, really good. The animation is insanely good. The amount of depth that that MAPPA puts into the animation, very good. And even still, I would have loved to see that kind of animation right there that they did with that with JJK. I mean, still, I'm not complaining on the animation that they went for, but damn, the amount of depth that they would have done with Shibuya, shit. But just getting off of it, Demon Slayer, I'm excited to see what they do. And at least with this season, it probably drops just maybe a couple legs on my top 10. Then again, I'd have to see what's on my top 10 in general. I think Demon Slayer is maybe like 8 or 9, but I don't know. I really got to get through it again. But moving on from Demon Slayer, it's one that is near and dear to my heart because it is the first one that I've ever gotten into. It is the one that all of you guys absolutely love. It is the reason for this channel existing in the first place. Guys, we are just months away. We are 5 months away, May the 4th, for My Hero Academia Season 7. Now, Season 6 in general. Once again, I'm not going to go into it too much because I have a 2.5-hour stream dedicated to this season. So if you want to know all of my full thoughts and everything, go check out that stream. But let alone with Season 7 coming up, the only thing that I will say is that I'm really curious if it is going to be the final season, because the chapters just keep getting close, man. And once again, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. I have probably a couple friends that read the chapters, and I just keep kind of asking them, like, hey, is it almost done? Is it almost done? Are they almost to the end? And they're kind of saying that, like, yeah, like, it's literally almost there. So I'm just waiting. And I think I can't remember if it was a subscriber or if it was, I think, one of my friends, I think, online in my Discord. I think it was on my Discord where someone said that from the My Hero Academia trailer, there was a specific shot with All For One and his brother, the first user, that was from, I think, chapter 411? Or no, like 407 or something. There was a chapter, like, along that. And they're at chapter 411, 412, I think, around there right now. That no matter what, at least if they're showing that, then they're pretty close to the end. So they haven't said that if this is going to be the final season or not, man. I'm not ready for this show to go yet. I'm being real, guys, because I lost Mob Psycho last year. One of the most beautiful animes that I've ever seen. It is by far my favorite anime of all time, at least for right now. I really doubt anything that's probably at least going to beat it out because just of what it entails and how the story is. Still need to catch up to... Okay, I'm close to the end of season 3. Definitely, at least... I mean, even with my friend right now, I think we're in the middle of season 5, which I got to endure that again. But no, I'm trying to get him catched up for season 7 when it eventually comes out. But no, I'm just not ready for the show to go yet, man. I know it will eventually go, but it's just, at least right now, I just want it to be one more season. Just give me to season 8, and that's really much it. But at least with season 6 had so much on the line. From the reaction and everything to season 5 and what they did with that. And I don't want to go into it because I've already said my thoughts over and over again. Season 5 was structured terribly. They extended an arc that did not need to be extended. It was extended because of the World Heroes Missions movie. They switched around the My Villain Academia and the Endeavor Agency arc. They did not need to do that. That messed up where we were in terms of scenes and shit. Got very, very confusing. And for chapters like My Villain Academia, we're shortened down to 5 episodes. Yeah, there was a lot that they could have done, but that's what they did. They didn't need to extend the joint training arc and switch the arc, or switch both of the arcs because of World Heroes Mission. And like, oh, right where the Endeavor Agency arc ended, that's when the movie came out. They did not need to do that. Look at World Heroes Mission, and yes, it takes place during that timeline and shit, or it takes place right around that arc and everything. So what? No one's gonna give a shit if the movie isn't focusing on that. The movie isn't about Endeavor. It's not about that. It's about all 3 of them, and it's mostly about Deku being on the run and shit. Deku being a vigilante, and the relationship and the friendship between Deku and Rhodey. I've seen the movie probably 3 times, and I'm gonna be seeing it again eventually. Don't know if I will do a watch along with the movie, and I'll get into that probably in a little bit. But no, they didn't need to switch around everything for the season in order for the movie, just to cater to the movie. So I mean, it's season 5 is there's good moments you can see in season 5, but it's the structure. It's where like the changes that were made is the reason why it's like that. So that's the only reason why. That's why it is the worst season in My Hero Academia. And I hate to fucking say that because of a lot that we got. Because by far, Sugar Rocky's backstory, eventually like the second or third to last episode, is by far the best content in the whole damn season. Surprise, surprise. That's mainly the biggest freaking thing people were looking forward to, was that and everything else that they were going to get with My Villain Academia. But since they shortened it to 5 episodes, they really couldn't explore any of that. So, granted, yes, I am very excited for the fourth movie for My Hero Academia. And the one reason why I'm saying that and why I'm excited, because originally before I wasn't keen on the idea of another movie with My Hero unless we were getting, let's say, a prequel and going, let's say, like, can you imagine like an All Might, All for One type movie with like their first fight or whatever, because that's never been animated. I think I heard something like, oh, they finally started talking about it or something, but like I would love to see you put those two, their first fight on a movie budget. Oh, that's beautiful. I already know Bones will kill that. And Nakamura with his animation. But with the movie coming out eventually next year, because it's more than likely going to come out when I'm going to see it, probably next fall, I think. I think. Because that's when usually the movies come out. I don't want them to do what they did with Season 5 with Season 7. Because right now, I'm already a little nervous with Season 7 a little bit. Number one, I'm not kind of nervous with the placement with it coming out in the spring. I predicted it to maybe be around in the spring. It was either going to be around in the spring or if they were maybe going to delay it to the fall, depending if they were going to make it the final season and if they really had to wait for the manga to finish up. So that's what I was also thinking of, that they were going to push it so they can, like, if they didn't have enough content, so they would have to wait for the manga to finish up and all that. So the one other reason why I was thinking, like, okay, it's coming out in the spring, then I heard the reports of the fillers, not the fillers, the recaps, the 4 recap episodes that are going to be happening before we get to May 4th for the actual season. That has me worried. Not even only that, but I could imagine them recapping also like a lot of episodes with the arc that we've just seen. And not even only recap, but just even fillers, maybe sometimes 2 in there. You already know there's going to be probably a filler episode for the movie and shit. So I don't want another Season 5 situation. I really don't. Let alone right now where My Hero, I felt like got their shit together and really did an amazing job with Season 6. You have a lot to look forward to. You have a lot to, you have a lot on your table and everything in order to, if this isn't the final season still, no matter what, whether it be like Season 7 or 8 or whatever, you should still treat this as a must for Studio Bones. This is one of the biggest anime names out there. One of the biggest franchises out there. Like, you could probably ask somebody like, hey, what's one anime that you maybe know? Probably 80 to 90% of people would probably say, more than likely, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Bleach, but most of them, at least right now that are currently watching anime, My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, like any of that. Like, for real. So I don't want to go much, because I want to talk a little bit about Season 6. But all I'm going to say for Season 7, once again, I'm really looking forward to it. And I just hope that we don't get that kind of mistake. And I hope that Bones learned from that. They heard the response that they were getting from Season 5. And all the changes that they made were a mistake. So please do not do that again. You don't need... Because even the season... They haven't said anything about the movie. They didn't say, oh, like if it was going to take place during Season 6 or literally anything else, or even part of Season 7. They had no idea. They haven't said anything. So even still, with you guys not saying anything, you don't need to have it coincide with the season. You don't need to extend certain shit and cut out certain shit that literally is still important to the story, but you cut out just to make a filler for the movie. Don't do that. Please. I don't even think Season 4, because Heroes Rising didn't even get a filler episode for that. I don't think it did, like, at all. It literally, right around when Heroes Rising came out in Japan, because I was really wondering, like, oh, when was the first time that Deku first went infinite? And it was either Heroes Rising or when he was going up against Overhaul. It was in Heroes Rising, actually, I think 2 or 3 weeks before the Infinite 100% episode came out, that moment happened. So there was no filler, nothing, because this movie was way past season 4. Way past. So they didn't need to do anything with that at all, which made it good. So please just don't do anything with that. Don't do anything with that. Just make season 7 the best it could be. Even if it is its last, you better damn sure do the best you possibly can and have these animators, like, just give them time to work on this. Let Nakamura do the animation to its fullest extent and end this show how Horikoshi wants to be ended. Like, just please. That's all I really say. Just don't make the same mistake twice. Shit. But, my God, I was just talking friggin' season 7 when I should be talking about season 6. Season 6, at least right under JJK, is the best content I've seen this year. It was such a breath of fresh air for the My Hero Academia franchise, with everything that we were going to be getting and how much that they honestly went through. To me, because I don't read the manga, I thought that the war I think it was around 70 chapters. I think that's how long the war was. That I knew the war was going to be long, and I thought that the war was going to take up the whole season. That's what I honestly thought. But once I knew that it was going to be the first core, I'm like, okay, holy shit, we're going to be getting Dark Deku. And if most of you guys don't know, because I've said it over and over, even it's on my freaking, it's on my freaking loading screens and everything. I absolutely love the look of this character. The look of Dark Deku. It's freaking beautiful. It's beautiful with this character. And that was even before when I was thinking, or just even before I knew what was going on and what he had going on and everything that was going to be happening in that arc and after the first part of the war. So just to see everything that happened after the war, before the war, just everything that happened in there, the reveal of Dabi being Toya, seeing all the freaking Toya flashbacks and shit, which I say was probably maybe the second or third best part. This moment right here with Bakugo and Deku is by far top 10 favorite moments in the entire series, and it is without a doubt the best moment in that season. That moment and how those scenes coincided with each other when Bakugo is apologizing to Deku, and it's literally them looking at each other from youth to middle school to high school. It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. And now, finally, after Christmas, give me 1 second. I have finally, you guys probably see it, I have the freaking things for them now, which I can't wait to read them now, finally, and see just all their panels and everything. I got, volume 31. I got volume 32 with finally Dark Deku and everything. And then I got volume 33. So I can't wait to finally read all these and see all the panels and everything, because I think even, where is it? I know it's eventually at the end. Like, where is it? Because I know it. I'm close to it. Really am. Like, come on, because I know it's close. Come on. Like, even, just even this moment. Like that moment right there when you have all the freaking images of the people and everything, it's just him. It's beautiful. It really is. Switch back over. There was a lot of beautiful moments. A lot. Just a lot with this season. I can't wait to rewatch it again. I think it will be my third time rewatching season 6. that moment with Dabi, Toya, the way that scene played out, how the war played out, twice tragically dying, or not, I mean, tragically, I'd say tragically dying, what is it, Midnight dying, just all the heroes just getting wiped, freaking Aizawa losing a leg, Gran Torino basically retiring on Shigaraki's accord, Shigaraki's freaking awakening in the first moments we saw with him, kind of in all for one state. It's crazy. All the stuff in there was just nuts. I don't want to go into the animation because I'm not one of those people, but I've already said everything I've said about the animation, at least for the war. And you know what? I will say this. In the next season, guys, I don't want to hear anything, whether it be from the channel or just, I hope that everybody just takes this, because I know people are going to complain, because I know that's a cool thing to do. But I don't want to hear anything about a blue sky ruining an episode. If we got to complain about a sky ruining a scene than anything else, come on. It's literally in the manga where it shows clouds and shit, and it shows daytime. What did you expect? It'd be raining literally every other episode, where it eventually did when we got to the Dark Deku arc and when he was fighting like Lady Nagan and everything else. Yes, it was raining, but I just don't. I know something else is going to be a meme. I know something else is going to happen in season 7 where people are just going to literally hang on to that and just make fun of it the entire time. I don't want to hear anything about a blue effing sky ruining nothing. Like, for real. I was on Twitter the entire time when that shit was going on, and that's all I kept seeing. And it was really annoying. So, and if you guys really want to know where their budget was kind of going, or why Nakamura wasn't a part of the first war and everything, because he was doing Mob Psycho. He was finishing Mob Psycho and making that look gorgeous. And goddamn, did it ever. So I don't blame Nakamura. I don't blame Bones in general. I mean, they still did a really, really good job as much as they could with certain shots in the first part of the war. But with Mob Psycho and what their final arc was going to be and shit, oh yeah, you give that everything you got to finish that story and finish that show, because it was perfect. That show is flawless. I'll say that. I'm really curious, Martin, if you have seen Mob Psycho also, and if you haven't, you definitely should go check it out. It is by far my favorite anime ever that I've even done on the channel. I have all my reactions on the channel, and it is, other than My Hero, which I have all my reactions that as well, it is, I'm really, really grateful that I was finally able to see the show and to be able to have those moments on here that I've shared with everybody else that I will just hold dear. And I really, really am going to miss the show. That there won't be kind of anything else, especially let alone when I'm always kind of thinking that I wish that maybe they would do a movie with Mob Psycho and everything. And you're probably thinking, oh, what could they have done, or what could they do with the movie or anything? There's a little known character named Shimizaki. I know you probably won't know it, but like some of the people that have seen Mob Psycho, they know who Shimizaki is. He's a very broken character, and he just disappeared when Mob showed up eventually at like the end of season 2 and shit. They could do a movie with that, but I get the whole thing where the story's over. The story is over. Like, I mean, Mob, like, I don't want to go into the like spoilers or just anything, but I'm just sad that the show's over, and I'm not ready for My Hero to be over. It's just, I'm not. Give it to my watch list. It's if you're looking for a protagonist that is just really, not even only a really kind of caring protagonist, but a protagonist that battles within himself on his emotions, and really, really good character development with him, and also really seeing some really badass freaking fights and shit. That's your type. I related to a little bit with My Hero a little bit. And they have, like, it's the exact same studio with My Hero, exact same animator with Nakamura. It's beautiful animation. And what's even cooler, just like I don't think there's really much CGI with My Hero. I don't really. There's probably a little bit, but with Mob Psycho, everything is hand drawn. There's over 200 like illustrators and animators that draw for that show, and it looks gorgeous. There's no kind of like percentage loss with any of their episodes, and it's great. It really, really is, and I love the show. I really, really do. But at least with My Hero, season 6 was incredible. We had so much. Uraraka's big moment at the end with the megaphone and everything, telling everybody like just how much that Deku has been going through. Look at him and everything. The moment with his mom, the moment with Koda. It was crazy. I can't wait to rewatch it again, man, because it's so good. We got to see Deku and Muscular round 2. It was a short ass rematch, which is what it needed to be. We saw all the stuff that Deku finally was able to learn, at least in probably a short period of time, and that he was able to grab and everything. All kind of, I think we know all of the other quirks except for the second, because I think that's the only thing they still haven't mentioned for the second. I see that it's the same studio, but definitely will do watch list. Like I said, need to finish My Hero, but Classroom of the Elite now that it's coming. This is my first show I need to watch now in 2024. Definitely. Because even I think Mob Psycho is, I think, around 37 episodes, so you could get through it within, like, let's say a week or two, even, too. So, yeah, just whenever you get to it. But no, it was a really, really good season. Had a blast with it back then at the beginning of the year, and I think it was that and Season 2 of Tokyo Revengers both going on at the same time. And even Season 2 of Tokyo Revengers doing really, really good as well. But that is everything that I kind of wanted to talk about, at least with recapping the shows. I am going to go into one kind of other segment with the stream as well. But before I'm at least going to go into that, I'm going to list off what I have in store for the future of next year and for the future of the channel. What shows I hopefully have lined up, and what shows that I will hopefully have on polls in the future. So, at least with the winter, the 3 shows that I will be doing, hopefully, if at least the first one I'm going to say will let me do it, other than from like Spy Family when they copyright me every damn video. Solo Leveling is one that is very, very anticipated, one that I've heard so much about. Don't know anything going into it, have not seen a trailer, have not seen anything for it. All I know is that it's coming out in literally almost a week or two. I cannot wait for the show. I will hopefully be doing that, and I think it comes out every Sunday. So still, I'm going to try to get it out as best as I can, try to coincide with my schedule that I've already been doing. So Solo Leveling is one. Obviously, I've said Classroom of the Elite Season 3, and then we will have Assassination Classroom Season 2. So I know with Season 2, it's going to be around, I think, 24 to 25 episodes. So I know at least probably maybe some weeks I will maybe do 2 episodes a week for Assassination Classroom. But more than likely, it's at least going to be 3 videos a week, like a video for each show. Because I know I was thinking like, oh, it's probably maybe going to continue over to the spring. And the spring is just loaded with stuff. It's very, very loaded. Because I forgot Solo Leveling is also doing 2 cores as well. So it's also going to be around 24 episodes as well. So doing 4 shows with me, especially with my schedule and other stuff that I've editing like professionally and work and all that. So I'm going to try my best and see what I'm able to do, because I do want to finish Assassination Classroom. That's the one show I just do want to finish. I've had it on I just had it on the back burner for so long. But at least with My Hero not coming out till May 4th, at least gives me another month of doing something. So at least hopefully that maybe helps that. Then when we get around to the spring, obviously we have My Hero Academia Season 7. We have Demon Slayer Season 4. And also we will be continuing Solo Leveling unless there is a big break. I'm only seeing Solo Leveling if it is going to continue in the spring, or if it's going to be like a freaking Bleach thing where they're going to delay the second core, or not delay, push the second core to like fall or whatever, or if it's going to be like a Spy Family type thing where they're going to push the second core to the fall. If they do that, great, like freaking fantastic. At least for the summer, I don't have anything at least listed for the summer yet. At least one show that I am thinking of doing, and I've said it before, Hell's Paradise, because I know that season 2 will eventually be coming. I don't know when, because they haven't set a date yet. But at least for that, that's probably going to be coming. And now the other shows that hopefully, if they're ever going to get a release date, like for real, if they're ever going to get a release date, the 2 shows, I don't even need to look at it. The 2 shows that come to my freaking head, and this show was announced for season 3 a year and a half ago. That is One Punch Man. One Punch Man season 3 was announced back in August of 2022. And ever since, we have not gotten anything on it. And I'm very, very disappointed. Because if the next season, and if that content, I don't even know what it is, but I know that I think people said that it's by far the best content in the entire manga. If it does not get animated, and if I don't see it get animated, I'm going to be very disappointed. Because, goddamn, that shit needs to, like, that. I mean, I know where I remember at the time, too, that, because I don't even think it's Mappa that's animating it. I think that's the thing why they haven't came out with anything. I think that they just can't get a studio on it. I think that's still what they're trying to figure out. What studio is gonna freaking take the helm of One Punch Man? So I don't really kind of want to see Mappa do it, because Mappa already has enough on their plate, and let alone they got to get their shit together with their freaking animators and shit. They got to treat their animators with respect. So having them do One Punch Man, that's not going to do them any good. So give it to, like, I don't know, give it back to Madhouse. I think Madhouse, was their original original studio, I think, for the first season, which people, I think, were doing it. I think it was either Madhouse. I don't think it was Bones. I can't remember really much, but even because, right? Let's see, at least one point. It was Madhouse. Okay, I was right. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Madhouse take on the project again. I really, really would. So it just depends on that. I really, really want to see that. And then another show, possibly. That could possibly be another studio. I just want them to announce something. It's been a year and a half. I want them to announce it so I could see it. That'd be great. Another show that I actually just started recently rewatching, and it's been 2 years since I've seen this show, and it is Fire Force. Fire Force, I think, was my 3rd ever anime that I watched, and I absolutely love it. And season 2 ended back in 2021, and ever since, even the manga ended, right when it did end, we got the announcement for season 3 that is going to be happening now. Just like One Punch Man, they're still trying to figure out a studio, so they haven't announced anything for that. Now I'm hoping that, because I thought at least for both of them they would have announced something at like Jump Festa, but didn't come out with anything. So hopefully there'll be something next year. Just give me something. I don't care if I have to wait till 2025. Just give me an announcement that it's at least like it's in the works, but let me know that it's coming. Like, just at least like a visual or something. I don't know, but those are at least 2 shows that I really, really want to happen, and hopefully I think that will still happen. And I mean, yep, Hell's Paradise is obviously still on the list, and I could check off Chainsaw Man season 2 because the movie's coming out. So more than likely, because realistically, I don't want to wait until like when it comes out online and everything, because I know you guys would probably love to see a reaction out for it, and maybe I'll do a rewatch for it. I don't mind doing that as well. Like maybe like a watch along and shit. I've been, who knows, I can maybe bring those back from time to time and shit. When that movie comes out, I will more than likely see it in theaters, because to have that moment with Mugen Train in theaters and what that was like, and even JJK Zero as well, like Chainsaw Man, whatever that's gonna happen in this Riza arc, I think that's what it's called. I gotta be in that theater. I have to. So I think more than likely, at least when that happens, I'm probably gonna be in the theater for it. But I will still most likely do a watch along for it too when it eventually comes out online on Crunchyroll and everything. Who knows? Maybe I can bring somebody on that hasn't seen the movie or something. I don't know. But other shows that I will be putting on polls eventually next year that I have on the list. I have a couple. So there's Steins Gate, one that I've heard a lot about. I really would like to see it. Another one that came out last year, had a really good debut, Heavily Delusion. I was hearing somebody say that, like, for some reason this could be the next AOT or something. I don't know, like, what they were probably meaning by that, unless if it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, or like in that type of setting. I can get that if they're fighting off against really big ass like monsters and shit. I could see that. Another one which was one that my friend wanted me to get into was Erased. It's a different feeling type of, like, or at least a different genre type of anime, which I thought I was maybe going to probably react to last year, but it just didn't get voted for. So it's at least on the list. I do eventually want to do it. Another one was Parasite. That was on the poll, I think, sometime last year, so that's still on there as well. Another one that I think I will probably like, I know my one friend really likes it as well. It is called Psycho Pass. I know probably maybe most of you have maybe heard of it. Really would probably like to see that. I know there's a couple movies and everything, but just at least probably looking at the anime, that show will probably maybe be good to check out. Another one that has been talked about, it's even on Netflix and probably other places as well, Baki the Grappler will be another good one, because I know that me trying to find, like, I love fighting. I love, because you guys can probably maybe hear it every time that even, like, when fights are happening and stuff. I'm a big fan of the UFC. I know a lot of, like, big moves and everything, and I'm just like, I'm a fan of the fighting sport. So I love getting to see characters do, like, submission holds and certain holds and everything. I just love seeing those. Like, I love seeing Jujutsu and, like, just everything else just happen on screen, and just seeing these animations go through with these characters. So I think Baki will be a really kind of good anime to do that. Another one also, I have seen the first episode for, but it's been a while, so I haven't continued with it. The God of High School is another one as well that will be on the poll, just like all these will. The God of High School, can't remember at least most of the plot, but I think it was just I think the kid just trying to win a tournament. I think the whole kind of at least first season was built upon a tournament that at least somebody was trying to win for the school or some shit. I think. Yeah, I know. And I think even when I was reading that, like, I don't know if they're continuing with the show, like season 2, or I have no idea. I would probably love it, but yeah, I Got a High School was another one on there as well. And I think the last one, it's a recent one that came out, and it has my attention, and it's Zom 100. I know there's probably a bigger name for the title, but Zom 100 on Netflix. It's like a zombie apocalyptic anime, and it's really intriguing with the animation style, that because I've seen visuals of it, but I haven't seen any, like, clips of it or anything. I haven't seen any of it, and I think it just ended as well. So for this, cause more than likely it's probably going to do a season 2, I don't know, but that's another show that I would love for it to be on the poll. So there's a lot of good shows on there. Obviously some shows that can be added as well, depending on what else happens or anything. It just depends on what's going to be coming out and what else I am going to be doing, because now, especially at least with Chainsaw doing a movie, at least that opens up a spot for another anime to come up there and everything. And at least with me thinking, Probably, I mean, who knows? I could probably take another stab at Spy Family. I haven't seen literally anything with that. Would maybe bring back Dr. Stone. I don't really know. So there's just a lot of possibilities with that. But let me at least stop talking for a little bit, because the next thing I do want to do is go through some of the shorts that I've made in the last year. Look back at some kind of big moments in general that have happened on the channel that have really caught my attention, or like that have really surprised me and just have really made me react, so to say. So at least I can find my cursor. What is this? Here we go. Okay, there we go. So at least get my hero out of the way. Get all. Oh, actually, here, do this. So we will get all of this. Okay, at least we'll just go one by one. Cool. There we go. Yep, I have. Oh my god, my throat. So I have most of like a lot of the shorts here and everything. Shorts are really, really cool to make, and just ever since I've started making them last year, I think it was around fall time that I was making them. It's just cool to at least, just at least show, like whether like somebody's at work or whether somebody's busy or anything. Just at least you could just click on a short, see a really, really big clip from an episode, and then tune in to the actual episode to see everything else. I think that's cool. Just even, for instance, the most recent Tokyo Revengers episode and everything. Oh, forgot. There we go. Do you think I'm a Wait, what? This is what I was talking about, guys. This is what I was talking about. What? 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 Oh, god damn! I was not expecting that. I really was not. No! 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 No, bro! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, you could say I was shocked a little bit. It's even like, it's really cool to also like edit these shorts, like put my kind of like little spin. The next one as well, I've been putting like these kind of little moments with I was about to say Maki. May. This was funny. May? Who you chilling with? This caught me so off guard. That's her brother, right? It's okay. I'll just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah, anytime that they bring Wee Wee onto the screen, it's always questionable. So just not to get anything with that. Yeah, there's a lot of like, even just a lot of the JJK ones, man, are so shocking. God, where's like, oh my god, this one blew up the other day. This is great. This animation's about to go wild. It's like, what else did you expect with a character like Toto? Like, what else did you expect? It was, and what's funny enough is that this scene didn't take place actually in the manga, like at all. Any of this, like nothing. I credit the animators for doing this. Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't with this shit, man. He's getting his ass. It was hilarious. Probably one of the funniest moments that I've seen from JJK. Probably one of the funniest moments. I absolutely loved it. Ayane Koji kicking everyone's ass from the what is it, second to last episode.
All right, first one up to get his ass handed to him. Okay. Woo! Nice block. Whoa. He can easily break his shoulder probably in an instant. Oh, shit.
Just, I love how fluid it is, too. I love how fluid it is.
Shit. Oh, nice. Oh,
shit.
Shit. Yeah, that's stupid. Oh, dang! Oh, and a kick!
I love that he took out Albert for like...
Anybody else want to go?
Yeah, I did hear about that. It was supposed to be on a rooftop. This was good. I for at least being an anime only and seeing the changes that they did for at least some stuff, there were some good with that. I do love how it took place in a dark room. Was it supposed to be like still like raining on the rooftop and everything? Or was it like supposed to be dark, like really, really, really dark and raining? I really wonder. Because like it really set the tone and really set the mood for when Ayane Koji was kicking everyone's ass. Yep. Oh yeah. How can everybody forget that? That Zaki shot Kakacho. I knew he was gonna shoot him. Gotcha.
Oh my god. I don't know what's gonna happen. No!
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it.
It wasn't in the heart, but he shot him. Oh my god. You son of a bitch.
I also love the little cuts that I make as well for like certain stuff too. Like before I'm about to say something at the end. But no, there's a lot. Toto moment, Nanami moment. It's at least a lot. Mappa animators working overtime. I think it was, yep, Sukuna and Mahagura. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
I can watch this episode over and over again.
Woo! This man going up buildings. Look at that, man. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Oh shit.
30%.
Oh shit.
30%. Yeah, no, I think they
Whoa.
were going probably 50,
Whoa.
50, 60 in this episode.
What is happening? What the hell am I watching? Holy shit.
With the plane diving down in flames.
Yo! Oh my god!
Him getting hit by the plane wing. Nuts.
Mappa! You better pay these animators, man! Give them some insurance or something, goddammit!
For real. You gotta treat the animators right. You do. For real. It's like, my god. If you don't have these animators, you don't have anything. For real. Oh, where's the is this it? Is this it right here? Yeah, I think this is it right here. Yep. When Emma got clinged with a damn bat.
Are they gonna do what I think that they're gonna do?
My god.
They're
Still one of the
not about
most,
to do what I
probably
think
the
that they're about
most
to do right
shocking moment in the
Like, I
whole,
sense
other than the
maybe murder was gonna
isekai
happen
fucking truck,
episodes from
but
now.
like, I did not
But
see
I
it. Like,
don't
I saw
know.
it coming in the moment, but like, goddamn.
I don't know.
The fact that this
Oh,
happened
shit.
and Kazaki,
They're gonna kill Emma. You've gotta be kidding me.
yeah.
Or him. I don't know. Oh, shit. No, please don't. Oh, shit.
I don't give a damn what anybody says. She should have been dead on impact. I get that they had her alive.
That did not just
I
happen.
get that they had her alive for the moment
That did
with
not just
Mikey,
happen.
but like,
Oh my god.
like let alone with him being on a bike, going like probably 30, 35 miles per hour down the street. You get cleaned in the side of the head with a steel bat, you're dead. Even with getting hit in the side of the head with a cinder block, you're dead. Like it's a cinder block. I don't care what you say, it's a cinder block. Oh. Oh man, just with Classroom of the Elite and Tokyo Revengers and JJK, like I knew this fall was gonna be insane, man. It was great. And then I'd still say probably least top 3 favorite fight for me in JJK being Yuji and Chozo, man. Brother versus brother.
Man.
Didn't know at the time.
These two better go the hell off right now. Let's get it started. Oh my god.
I think this is probably the most well-animated fight probably in the season. I'm not going to lie. I think that they really had a lot of time to focus on with this fight.
I've loved Yuji's fighting style ever since. That's what I love. The less details, more fluid action. Look at this.
Like, for real. Like, you could just tell that they cared about it. And it's not like that's necessarily saying that they didn't care about anything else, but I'm just saying like that the amount that they've done with this is perfect. Beautiful.
This is without a doubt the best fight. The best fight of the season.
And with me not even realizing that this was only really the beginning too for that stuff as well. No, but there's so many moments and everything, even just during Cinder Block. The Toji moments and shit. The freaking... Yeah, the moment with Fate Gato revealing himself and everything. I'll show this clip just because this is how much Kushida was making my brain hurt. Literally.
Speaking of which, Kushida!
This chick.
No wonder why. She gonna stop him? She gonna say something? Here we go again! Here we go! Please.
This chick.
What? What? What are you gonna say now?
Which I remember in this moment that she was talking to Ryu and she was plotting. I remember now.
F off. F right off, man. Oh, this girl makes my brain hurt.
Like literally, she's done that like 3 times around in the show, where she's just, it's just fucking annoying. I don't know. There's everything else going on, which was great. Yeah, here's another one. Here's another one with Kushida and fucking Ayano Koji on the ship.
We're gonna see something after he goes away? Whoa!
Yeah,
okay.
Chota mate.
What is this? What is she doing now? You're wary. Oh,
that was also the first time we've seen her since the thing back in episode 3.
Finally, that switch.
And then she disappeared. She was like, never mind, whatever. I don't care.
Please don't. Oh my god, just say it! God damn it with this fucking character, man. It's twice with this shit. Oh my god.
He just loves to tease.
Oh my god, Kushida.
Oh yeah, he wasn't taking any of her shit. Like, I mean, he doesn't take anyone else's shit really much, too. This moment was funny with Ayana Koji and Susan A in the meeting and shit. I love this moment.
Oh God. Somebody better stop this. Is Kushida gonna come in? Anybody? Sakura? Whoa. Ayana Koji! What the what the hell?
This is where I really started to like really
When
like
someone's
the
spacing
character.
out, a strong physical stimulus will snap them back into reality. Oh, Ayana Koji, look at that, man.
I will not say anything. You do it.
I love this dude, man. That's facts.
I love the dude. I really am. I'm excited for season 3. I really am. Yeah. I guess that's like Assassination Classroom. Getting into it. These two are some of my favorite clips, at least with the shorts and everything with Assassination Classroom. This shit is hilarious.
Oh God.
You can't leave. Nah, not till you've taken in my signature dance moves.
They're playing the theme song too? The opening song? What? No.
This poor man. This poor man.
Bruh, and he's like half drunk too, probably. And they're...
Well, what do we have here? A regular tough guy, huh? Who, me? No, shut it. I'm sorry.
Where the hell are we going with this?
It's worth more than your life.
I don't know how she did this kick. Like, look at this kick.
Excuse me, Mr. Yakuza?
Yeah.
Oh! Damn!
She knocked his ass out
What
too.
a fucking... Oh my God!
That's some
I don't think
athleticism
I've ever
right
seen
there.
a kick like that. Oh my Lord!
It's like she like leaned forward, like she didn't do like a front flip. She like leaned forward, and with how flexible she is, the back of her freaking foot hit this, like I don't know, like just hit his jaw perfectly, which was smart that he never said anything there because they never knew his name, only Horikita, but she was talking all the time. Always up ahead. Yep, always with Ayana Koji. You're really much. We haven't seen at least one person overthink or at least get a step ahead of Ayana Koji as well. This was also a really nice moment with Kurasama fucking kicking the hell out of this one dude. I just love the end arc
Especially let
for
alone
the
with the
first
amount of
season.
people
It's
you
so
got in
good.
this group. Yeah, it makes sense.
You were a tad too quick to show us your true colors.
Oh shit.
You should have kept quiet and reported us to your boss.
Karasuma maybe you still got a little bit more
This was when
fight?
Kurasama was also
Or does he have
dosed
more
with something
gas?
too. It was like gas or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's barely.
Absurd!
Oh, what a kick! Oh my...
He kicked the shit out of him.
One of the Mikey roundhouses, man. Damn.
Literally. I mean, Mikey's roundhouses
Being able to have a
are
kick
like
and
gunshots.
still hopefully able to move. Oh, that took everything almost out of him. But damn, at least that took him out of commission.
It was, oh my god. I say that Kurasama is the Aizawa easily of the show, just because of how calm, collected he is. And I mean, he shows emotion anytime that he really wants. He's not like emotionless like Aizawa, but he's at least one of those characters that at least cares about the kids, and it's just one of those badasses, man. You just gotta love it. The very first short for JJK being the bomb scene, which was freaking hilarious.
Oh, shit!
Just didn't expect it out of nowhere.
Okay. Good way to have a barrier set. Oh, God!
He's like, dude, I was just on the phone just talking and shit.
You want to find out? Okay.
Then I bet he got his
Let's
ass
decide
handed
on
to
a
him,
rule.
too. And then the Infinity.
I think it's called the Infinity because you can't touch Gojo. This is the rule, you son of a bitch.
JJK, my god. Yeah, more with like Assassination Classroom, and then even with Demon Slayer. I think it was, where was it? Doing Her Justice. There was another good one. I think like I had a lot of the ones with the backstories too. Yeah, right here. So here was Muichiro's backstory and what happened with him and his brother.
Oh, Muichiro's awake.
I love how the music just cut and the demon was just
Holy
right there.
sup? Oh my god!
Yep.
The setup for these scenes, man, holy shit!
That one was insane, and then it was where was it? It was no, wait. It was the Mother's Day. I titled it Mother's Day. Really? Out of all days that this one episode comes out on, Mother's Day. Right here.
No, that's... Oh, God. Oh, God. Don't tell me. Please don't tell me I was right. Please don't tell me I was right. Oh, fuck!
Insane. Mother turns into a demon,
Holy...
takes out and murders her own kids. What a Mother's Day present. Insane.
This animation... Genya! Not Genya! Being able to come in for
Crazy
the
as hell.
save. Holy shit. Are they all dead? Oh my god.
Absolutely crazy as hell. I actually really didn't think about it also, because even though I was going to go through some of these and everything, just look at the past moments, because I know, so between, because obviously Revengers, Classroom of the Elite, between, let's say, JJK, Demon Slayer, and My Hero, how far are you caught up in any of those shows? I'm really wondering just how kind of much to kind of look at and everything. I didn't even kind of probably think about that at least. This one was funny. This one was very funny. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Huh? What? Am I still watching the right show? Nothing like good equality. What the hell was that?
I had no idea what the hell that was. Like, it was just so out of the ordinary for that. And then get into more even Tokyo Revengers, My Hero, and all that. Or was at least there's just a lot at least. Because I know I'm probably what, over 2.5 hours mostly. Season 3 and most lose. Yeah, that's how it goes. At least thank God I'm not on Twitter most of the time with some of these, and like I know probably because I follow sources and everything, and I just see articles talking about what happened, or at least like giving a little bit of spoiler on what happened in the manga or whatever, like the whole thing with All For One and his brother. Or not his brother, All For One and All Might. Like I heard like a little bit about that just for the title that they touched upon their first ever fight, but that was really much it. They just like to kind of show that, or give a little bit of like a title, at least for that. But at least for everything else, I mean, I still don't know who the traitor is. I just still don't know. And I'm going to say this right now. Because you probably have, because it was probably one of the biggest things that at least happened around the time. I think it happened beginning around the summertime, I think. Have you heard anything with Bakugo that happened not recently, but like months ago? He was everywhere, all over Twitter and anything else. Just Bakugo trending in general. I don't need to know exactly what happened, but I know that there is something that happened. Whether I believe it or not, I don't really care. Because I know that this character is, no matter what, not... I'm just going to say this character. There's two characters, and I've said this before. There's two characters that I know that they are not going to kill. One is Lemillion. They're not going to kill him. And also with these two characters, if for some reason, if you kill either one of these, I'm done with the show. So Lemillion, I know you're not going to kill him. And Bakugo, I know you're not going to kill him. Even if I see that if Bakugo does die or anything happens with Bakugo, no matter what, I know it's not going to mean shit. I know it. Whether if he comes back later or just anything else, you are not going to kill off one of the most loved characters and one of the most cared characters with Bakugo in this show. I don't give a damn. Like for real. And if for some reason at the end of everything and at the end of this manga or whatever else that happens in this war, if they do leave him dead, that's a really stupid decision. So, and imagine you already got a fan base already that is on the edge of their seat wondering what the heck is going to happen. So, honestly, did not see anything with Bakugo trending, surprisingly. It was back like months ago, and I know kind of, like, I know the main thing that happens, but no matter what, when they animate this moment, it's not going to affect me because I know they're not going to do anything with it. And I know it's just not going to come to pass. That's it. That's all I can really much emphasize. And you could probably maybe think of it, and you could probably already know what I'm getting at and everything. But still, no matter what, you're not doing anything with it. So as for everything else, for the next part of the war and everything else, I have no idea what else is going to happen. So really much it. Like, at least with season 7, I know Star and Stripe, more than likely, she's only going to Japan for one reason and one reason only, and that is to confront Shigaraki and fight him. I know that's going to happen, and I know that's probably going to happen in the first couple episodes of season 7, because we're getting straight into this shit. And what do they say? 4 days? I think that's what they said. 4 days until shit happens again, when Shigaraki is fully 100%. So they ain't got time to waste, and that's when I think season 7's probably gonna happen with that. So could be the final one. I don't know, but that's just really much it. Where it is right there. So yeah, at least almost going around almost close to 3 hours with this stream. We have had a lot of things happen this year. A lot of good, insane moments we've made with My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Assassination Classroom, Classroom of the Elite, Tokyo Revengers, and of course, Jujutsu Kaisen. I already know the Bakugo is strong, one of the strongest ever. Come on, we're not gonna do anything. I don't care. Yeah. So there's a lot that I'm very, very excited for going into next year. The beginning of the year looks even for the winter and the spring looks very promising. Cannot wait. My Hero and Demon Slayer or at least Demon Slayer is going to go until the summer, but My Hero is going to carry all the way to the fall. So more than likely, at least during the summer, it's probably going to be My Hero Academia and probably Hell's Paradise I will be doing. Because no matter what, Hell's Paradise isn't going on the poll. Hell's Paradise, I am confirming I am doing next year. I cannot wait to get into Hell's Paradise next year. It is definitely one of the top shows I will be doing. And even everything else, I will also still be doing polls for it as well. Depending if we get any other announcements with with One Punch Man, or I mean, then again, they're not coming out next year, but like One Punch Man, Fire Force, they're gonna get some announcements, hopefully, and maybe they could be out in 2025. So who knows? And also wonder what other new animes we got kind of maybe in store. Even as I said, Heavenly Delusion. That's a very, very good one as well. Probably will do that. God of High School. We got Psalm 100. Like there's a lot of really, really good ones out there, whether they've already ended or if they haven't gotten confirmed or anything else, or if they're just new. So I'm very, very excited to see everything next year. There's a lot to be in store. Once again, thank you guys for everything. I know probably most of you guys probably haven't made it to around the end of this stream or anything. And for some reason, if you guys have made it to the end of this stream in general, watch this whole thing through, thank you. But no, this channel and everything won't be possible and can't be possible without any of you guys showing your love, showing your support, checking everything out, like, subscribe, commenting, everything with that. It's the main reason why I do it. And I will continue to do it as long as I can, really much. And as long as I'm able to see all this great content and give my full opinion and thoughts of, and just have a blast. Like the amount of times where I see people comment-wise and I'm saying, hey, I had the exact same reaction as you. That's pretty much like I'm not staging anything. Like this is like probably other people probably do or whatever. Like no, like this is my genuine reaction to moments, and I'm not afraid to show how I really feel and how insane these moments are and how insane I can get, depending on the certain moments and everything. I just love having fun. Fun definitely drives this channel. I love everything that I do for this channel. I love editing in general. I love trying to do as many new things that I can as opportunity wise that I'm able to do. If it works out for the channel and if it works out for the certain videos that I'm doing, certain edits that I make and everything, which are really, really cool. Would I like to hopefully do new stuff for the channel next year? I definitely would. I still just want to continue on growing and everything. We are hopefully going to hit, I know probably at least in the next couple months, but we're hopefully going to hit 5K, probably at least around probably in the springtime. We usually do. And I think around in the spring, that's when stuff's really going to pick up, man, because we have at least Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia going alongside each other, and even still Classroom of the Elite is going to do very, very good. Hopefully Solo Leveling, you guys are all excited for as well, like Assassination Classroom. I think 2024 is really going to start off with a bang, and I just cannot wait for it to happen, and I know all of you guys are excited. Like, all of you guys are really, really excited. I still have one more little surprise. I don't know when it's maybe going to be, if it's going to be after the JJK video, because I know I got to get the JJK video out tomorrow. Thank you very, very much. And if correct me if I'm wrong, you found me through the TikTok, right? Through the TikTok channel, correct? Because if you did, and then again, in general, that's definitely something, because I know I have a couple shorts out on TikTok as well. I do hopefully at least in the beginning of the year, I want to get the TikTok channel started, and I want to, when I post shorts out to YouTube, I want to post them out to TikTok as well. I want to get all of the shorts and everything all onto TikTok. So if I could just try to find time to do it, it's also a little bit hard as well, because TikTok will only allow me to upload certain amount of shorts at a time. I think it's around like 9 or 10. So there may be a different way in order to do that, whether it be mobile or just a different way in general, to do it online. So I'm going to try to figure out that, and I just want to get that stuff going, because I know there's just like probably maybe even you as well that probably found me through TikTok, that are just waiting to see what kind of content I could do and just what kind of personality that I am. So I just love it. I really, really do. This really is at least something that, yeah, first episode, Classroom of the Elite, it was recommended, but also TikTok. Oh, okay. So it generally was through Classroom of the Elite. Once again, Classroom of the Elite being one of the biggest shows that I've watched this year, and with so many people coming to the channel and just finding that and everything. Especially, I love doing these types of shows and everything. It was kind of what I did for Tokyo Revengers last year, where I did the first 2 seasons leading up to the 3rd season, or leading up to the newest content for the show. So I'm very glad that everybody is, like, whoever wants to stick around and everything, that is ready for season 3 and that are waiting for the content for that. I think it comes out January 3rd. It comes out this week, so, or this, like, in the next couple weeks, or my God, in the next couple days. So I'm just very, very excited. I got to get ready for it. I got to get ready for the winter, because now the fall just ended. Got to reorganize the schedule and everything. It's the end of the year. I got to get myself ready and see where we can honestly take this channel, man. Like, so let's just see how much we could take it. I do want to expand out on TikTok, maybe probably other things as well. So doing as much as I can with the schedule that I've been, like, having with doing not even only a job, but just also professional editing as well. I'm running a couple other things as well that I'm doing. So I'm still grateful for the time that I'm able to attempt to do, because I know like a lot of the channels and everything, or a lot of anybody else's channels on YouTube, they are able to just easily, like, either stream the reaction or anything, or literally just get it out within the next couple hours. It's not easy for me. It's like, unless like something like lines up perfectly and I'm like available for, and I have enough time to do an episode and everything, because at least with reacting, editing, and posting, it all takes around 4 hours. 4 hours for me to get content out to you guys, like around in that kind of line. So it's when I have time, when I'm able to record and just everything else. So no matter what, I get the content out. It's just, at least I wish it could just be immediately, which, I mean, you can't kind of really do that really much, because life happens also, and you just never know too. You got other priorities and just other things that just kind of come in front of it, or just certain things just don't line up, and even still react to it the next day, or at least get the video out the next day, or even also some copyright issues or just anything, and it just probably postpones it or whatever. That's also what happens as well. But I don't want to ramble on for too long. If it takes 2 days for a new video, I can imagine. Yeah, because I mean, like I said, people probably don't, and also, I mean, they do. You got to also think, like, other channels, they have professional editors that do it for them. Like, other channels, they have people that they hire for this, and also you got other people like me that edit their own content and everything. So it takes a little longer for them. If they have to actually edit, then they got to do it. If they stream in general on like Twitch or anything else, then that's easy for them, because they can easily just clip and cut out the reaction portion and just put that on YouTube without any edits or whatever. So that's really much it for that. But no, just to wrap things up, because it's been almost 3 hours. Thank you guys very, very much for everything. I absolutely, ever since kind of taking this over and just doing everything for almost at the end of close to 2 years of doing this by myself, it's been really, really good. Had a lot of moments on here that I've made, a lot of really, really good shows that I've seen. This year's just been really, really amazing for me, personally, and for YouTube as well. And I just cannot wait for 2024. I hope 2024 is going to be a very, very big year. A lot of life-changing stuff for me personally, and hopefully for YouTube as well, that I'm able to do. Who knows? Season 7 could be the final season of My Hero Academia. And if it is the final season, 2024 is going to be a very, very emotional year next year. And it's going to kind of really be an end of an era, because My Hero Academia was the very first anime that this channel ever got started on. So let's just hope that maybe at least we got one more season left, and let's just see what else happens. I am signing off, guys. I'm eventually going to have timestamps and everything throughout the video, so if you guys want to watch this back and everything, make sure to like this stream, like the content, comment down below everything that you guys at least want to say. Maybe what was your best moment from me, or your best moment from any of the other animes that I've said this year, and what are you looking forward to going into next year in 2024? Is it Demon Slayer? Is it My Hero Academia? Is it the Chainsaw Man movie? What are you guys looking forward to? So make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And guys, once again, just thank you very, very much. You guys are the ones that I am doing this for, and I absolutely love you guys for it. Like, subscribe, comment down below. As always, my name is Omzy, and I am out. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow for JJK.